Hey you guys, today we're going to work on a thoracic blocked lumbar spine segmentation car. What that means is we're putting our upper back into a position that's blocked out. In this case, it's going to be thoracic spine flexion that then allows us to more effectively isolate pelvis and lower back movement. So I'm going to show you how to get into the position. Instead of just being on our hands and our knees, we're actually going to drop down to our forearms and we're going to put the top of our head on the ground. Then we're going to round out our upper back and our tail is going to be up in the sky, low back up in the sky. So in this position right here, if you need to walk yourself farther forwards to round more through your upper back, go ahead and do that. But the goal of this is then to control our low back without moving forwards and backwards to compensate through the upper back. So we're locking out this part of our upper back and our neck so we can then isolate that lower chunk of our low back. This is very, very difficult. And to start, you basically have very minimal movement in your lower back. Okay, that's very normal. You have most of your movement occurring through your upper back and your neck. So it's gonna seem like you have way less range of motion and control of movement. That's normal, but you still should be able to control those joints, okay? So the more you have control of the low back, the better you're gonna be. Find that position and let's get after it. We're gonna start by tucking our tail between our legs. Low back's fully rounded, so you should really be feeling your lower abs. From here, let's start at the base of our pelvis, so right here, and work extension. So we're going to take our tail to the sky, segment by segment, up to our mid back. Once you find that you can't move anymore, which I cannot, we're going to start at the low back again and tuck that tail between our legs and then again work up to the mid back. You're going to do this for the desired repetitions, prescribed repetitions. So I'm going to show you one more. Tail to the sky, starting at the low back, into extension, working to the mid back. You can see how little movement you have, how much little movement you have. And then tail tucks between your legs. Good. And then we're going to reverse. We're going to actually start now at the mid back and drop into extension and work down to our tail. Good. And then we're going to push from the mid back up to the sky and work flexion. One more. Extension starting at the mid back, down towards the low back, and then pushing up from the mid back into flexion, working down to the tail into flexion. And at this point, when you're working flexion, you should feel your low abs working and you might even quiver. Sorry if the mic just sounded absolutely terrible in that position. Not much I can really do about that. But working on control of the pelvis and the lower back in that position is a fantastic way to really just isolate that movement and not have other areas of your body compensating. So again, try not to shift in and out of this position. Stay in that lockdown position and then work on pelvis and low back from there.